To me, this is like the big money's going to read this. BlackRock's the biggest asset allocator in the world, and they're going to follow Larry Fink's advice, and they're going to buy 2%. 2% of 200 trillion is $4 trillion. We're not going to get there overnight, but I tell you, we are going to have hundreds of billions of dollars potentially next year, potentially in 2025. That's going to move the market up quite a bit. $200 billion should move the market up to 300,000, 400,000. Sky's the limit, really. But you have to look at it over a decade. This is going to be an amazing decade to own Bitcoin.
Bitcoin could soar to $300,000 to $400,000 as BlackRock and other large institutions pour massive investment dollars into the market over the coming decade. That's the message from Wall Street veteran and mathematician Fred Krueger. With a market cap close to $2 trillion, Bitcoin is now being regarded as the next major asset alongside tech giants like Apple and Microsoft. BlackRock, a global financial giant, acknowledges Bitcoin's ability to enable borderless transfers, universal usage, and resistance to government interference. As Krueger points out, Bitcoin could be the next massive growth opportunity, similar to how Nvidia and Tesla skyrocketed by 40 and 60 times. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video, as Fred Krueger reveals why Bitcoin could be the investment of a lifetime. Also guys, if you want to stay most up to date on the crypto world, I send out a daily 5-minute crypto newsletter that covers expert predictions, on-chain data breakdowns, and breaking news, all for free. Click the first link in the description, enter your email, and join 50,000 plus others to become a better crypto investor right now. Now, here's Fred Krueger with his Bitcoin outlook.
There are 3 adoptions drivers they see. First is that it allows you to transmit money across borders. They're not concerned about intercompany payments. They're just thinking across borders. The second is anybody can participate in it. And the third is it's decentralized, and they're focusing on just the ability, no ability from governments, and specifically to increase supply. That's the way BlackRock thinks of this asset. I can think of 10 other reasons why you should buy Bitcoin. The fact that your ex-wife can't grab it from you, the fact that the government can't grab it from you, the fact that you can potentially move with your Bitcoin really easily, lots of other reasons. But these are good. And then they make the point that Bitcoin's like the Mag 7. Now, that's Google, Amazon, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Meta, and Microsoft. And they say the average market cap of those Mag 7 is 2.5 trillion, and Bitcoin's now sort of falling right in that range, 2 trillion. And they make the case that they were sort of similar risk characteristics to adding a 2% allocation of any one of those stocks or all 7 of those stocks to your portfolio. They say you should add Bitcoin. Now, I think it's really interesting for them to say, hey guys, this is now the Mag 7 plus Bitcoin. So this is like a new entrant. And then the question everybody's going to be having is, well, how did those Mag 7 do over the last decade? And this is how they did. Apple 10x, Microsoft 8x, Google and Microsoft only 5 and 6x, but Nvidia 40x, Tesla 60x, and Meta was the dog of them, and at 4x. This is responsible for most of the growth of the stock market, or the U.S. stock market, over the last decade. On average, these things have gone 19x. You kind of need to be long one of these things. And if it's Bitcoin is part of the new Mag 8, you've done just fine by being long Nvidia. You don't have to be long Bitcoin.
BlackRock Investment Institute, the research division of the world's largest asset manager, has published a report titled Sizing Bitcoin in Portfolios, which offers a detailed look at Bitcoin's growing role in modern investment strategies. The report highlights Bitcoin's unique characteristics, such as its ability to diversify investments, its potential for high returns, and its position as a groundbreaking digital asset. These factors make Bitcoin a strong addition to investment portfolios, especially for those seeking to balance traditional assets with innovative opportunities. However, the report doesn't shy away from cautioning investors. Bitcoin's high volatility remains a huge risk, making it unsuitable as a core portfolio asset. Instead, the BII emphasizes that Bitcoin's most lucrative opportunities lie in the period before it achieves widespread adoption. This early stage is where its price has the most room to grow, driven by increasing acceptance and limited supply. To navigate these risks and rewards, BlackRock recommends a measured approach. The report suggests investors allocate 1 to 2% of their portfolios to Bitcoin, particularly within the traditional 60-40 stock and bond framework. By comparing Bitcoin to leading tech stocks like Apple, Tesla, and Nvidia, the BII positions Bitcoin as a high-risk, high-reward asset that can complement traditional holdings. A small allocation can capture Bitcoin's growth potential while keeping overall portfolio risk manageable. Conversely, BlackRock warns that investing too heavily in Bitcoin could expose portfolios to excessive volatility. The BII also explores how Bitcoin might evolve as adoption grows. Wider acceptance could stabilize Bitcoin's price fluctuations, making it less volatile over time. However, this stability may come at the cost of dramatic price increases, as Bitcoin transitions from a speculative growth asset to a more mature, stable store of value. BlackRock's shifting stance on Bitcoin adds weight to its findings. CEO Larry Fink, who once dismissed cryptocurrencies, now regards Bitcoin as digital gold and a legitimate financial tool. This change reflects Bitcoin's growing credibility in traditional financial circles, bolstered by the rapid success of BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF. Already one of the largest holders of Bitcoin, the ETF's success shows the increasing demand for Bitcoin among institutional investors. For investors, this public report is a great sign that Bitcoin is no longer a speculative anomaly. It is now an asset with the potential to reshape global finance. Do you agree? Share your thoughts in the comments. Now let's go back to Fred Krueger as he discusses his point further.
You don't have to be long Bitcoin, but you kind of need one of these kind of hot sauces in your portfolio. So this is the ultra-conservative portfolio, but they're saying at least 2% of one of these things or 2% of all these things. And I think they're sort of saying Bitcoin is really a new one, and it has one other characteristic, which is there's no correlation, right? So it's uncorrelated with any of these things. All of these Mag 7s are very correlated with each other. Bitcoin has no correlation, so they're sort of saying it belongs in everybody's portfolio. And then finally, they say, you know, it could become less risky later. So you might want to put more later, but you're not going to get the bang for your buck that you have now. They specifically say that, you know, once the adoption becomes widespread, you're no longer going to have a structural catalyst for further sizable price rise. So this is something where they see the opportunity is right now for the next 10 years. And, you know, that's why I think a lot of people are going to look at this report and they're going to be like, yeah, I kind of got to get involved right now. I don't need to wait 5 years or 10 years to add Bitcoin to the portfolio. So to me, this is like the big money's going to read this. BlackRock's the biggest asset allocator in the world, and they're going to follow Larry Fink's advice, and they're going to buy 2%. 2% of, you know, 200 trillion is $4 trillion. We're not going to get there overnight, but I tell you, we are going to have hundreds of billions of dollars potentially next year, potentially in 2025. That's going to move the market up quite a bit. $200 billion should move the market up to, you know, 300,000, 400,000. You know, sky's the limit, really. But you have to look at it over a decade. This is going to be an amazing decade to own Bitcoin.
Meanwhile, President-elect Donald Trump is making headlines with his plan to establish a U.S. Bitcoin strategic reserve, fueling Bitcoin's rise past $100,000 and doubling its value since summer. Once a skeptic, Trump is now betting big on Bitcoin, viewing it as a key tool to strengthen the U.S. economy address the $36 trillion national debt, and secure America's leadership in the global digital economy. MicroStrategy founder Michael Saylor has pitched Trump on a capital markets renaissance, predicting Bitcoin could unlock up to $81 trillion in wealth. Saylor's plan outlines creating a US Bitcoin reserve to rival gold's $16 trillion market cap, expanding global digital capital markets from $2 trillion to $280 trillion, and driving the US to dominate the crypto industry. In the meantime, Senator Cynthia Lummis has introduced a bill proposing the Treasury buy 200,000 Bitcoin annually, potentially creating massive demand and driving prices even higher. To lead this transformation, Trump has appointed key pro-Bitcoin figures. Economist Stefan Miran will chair the Council of Economic Advisors, and Bo Hines will head the new Crypto Council. Trump has also brought in David Sachs as a crypto and AI advisor, signaling a commitment to making America a leader in innovation. Supporters believe this potential reserve could help improve the US dollar's performance in the global economy, while positioning Bitcoin as a cornerstone asset. Critics, however, point out the risks in building a Bitcoin reserve, such as Bitcoin's high volatility, the complexities of large-scale adoption, and the potential geopolitical consequences of competing with other nations like Russia. But one thing's for sure: as adoption accelerates and crypto gains mainstream momentum, Trump's bet on Bitcoin could mark the beginning of a new financial revolution, one that could define the next decade. Whether you're an investor or simply watching history unfold, the future is clear. Bitcoin is here to stay, and it's about to shape the future of the global economy. Now, don't forget, if you want guidance through the exciting but sometimes unpredictable world of cryptocurrency, our daily 5-minute crypto newsletter is here to help. Don't pass up the chance to stay updated and make informed choices in the crypto market. The link is in the description below. Anyway guys, hope you all enjoyed today's video and that it provided you with some value. I'll see you all in the next one, and as always, all the best.